Hi, I posted a video yesterday making pinto beans. Oh my gosh, they were delicious. Now, what goes with pinto beans any more beautifully than a flour tortilla? So we made flour tortillas this morning, and they are pliable, they are delicious, and they are no lard tortillas. So come on in, I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. And if you don't want to use lard in your diet, this is a great substitute. So come on in, come join me. We're doing it right now. Good morning, it's Grandma Roseanne, and we're going to make tortillas. Now, I have another video out on tortillas, but a lot of you just don't like using lard. So I'm going to do the tortillas with butter and no baking powder. So let's just take a look at the different recipe. I love this recipe actually, and I think you're going to enjoy it as well. Very, very simple to do. I have 2½ cups of all-purpose flour. To this, I'm adding 3/4 cup of salt. No, maybe you should use 3/4 teaspoon of salt. That might make a better tortilla. Lord. I mix that up, and then I have 3 tablespoons of butter. I think those of you that are a little, I don't know, not comfortable with lard, might just like this recipe a little bit better. Now all we're going to do is just this. We're going to incorporate all of that butter into our flour until it's kind of crumbly. Now, I will also tell you as a substitution for the butter, you can use Crisco, and if you use buttery Crisco, you kind of get the best of both worlds. I didn't have buttery Crisco, so I'm just using butter. This will take just a very short amount of time. Unless you're using it straight out of your refrigerator, then you could allocate 5 minutes. Now I'm going to measure out 7 ounces of hot water. Now you may need a little bit more, and you can always add that as you go, but I just want to make sure that it's not too moist. Hot water, please be careful. This is actually very hot, so you want to be careful not to scald yourself. Now all I'm doing is just working that flour in and hydrating that flour. You see? Very easy, and it's hot, but it's not too hot to handle. All right, now as my flour is pretty hydrated, I see that there's quite a bit on the bottom here, so I'm going to add just a touch. And I need just another small amount. So just kind of watch your dough. Just look carefully at what you're cooking, and you will be fine. You see how hydrated we are? And nothing in my bowl. Now, if you tried to roll this out right now, good luck. Not gonna happen. This is what you call a very shaggy dough. So I'm just going to kind of form it a little bit, pop it back into my bowl. I'm going to cover it with some plastic wrap. To make sure that's very tight in there. And I will again cover it with a towel. I'm going to let this sit for 30 minutes. What you're doing right now is you're developing the gluten, and you're making that dough something you can actually work with, because if you try to roll it out at this stage, you're not going to have success. Can you do it in less than 30 minutes? Yeah, you can. But you might be happier if you let it go the 30. Now for that 30 minutes, I could be very productive and do something. However, I'm reading a really good book. So I'm gonna sit down, have a cup of coffee, and for 30 minutes, I'm gonna read. That's what makes cooking fun. You get to do things in between. Our 30 minutes is up. So taking a look at our dough, I will tell you right now, you still would not be able to roll this out. So what we need to do is work with it a little bit more. I personally like making my life as simple as I can. So I have a mixer here that I will be kneading the dough for probably 5 minutes. If you're going to knead it by hand, you're welcome to do that. Look at about 8 to 10 minutes. A few minutes later, I think our dough is ready. I will show you what we are looking for. Remember that real shaggy dough we started out with? Look at this. It has transformed into an amazing, amazing dough. Now, so the recipe does call, it will make 12 if you make them the way the recipe made them. I don't know. I just kind of, just form them. So I got 9. Now you do want to work with them a little bit here. So now I cover the ones I'm not working with so that they don't dry out. Now just roll them, just like this. That's all you have to do, is just roll them. All you're doing is tightening up that dough. See how nice and smooth they are? As opposed to all cracked up. Cracked up. Now it's time to start my griddle. I'm going to heat it up on the stove first, and then I'll bring it over here with a heating element, but I just need some room. Now what I do is flatten it out, and then continue to flatten it out into an oval, just like this, just pinching the edge, pinching the middle, pushing it out. And you'll feel where your high spots are, okay? Those are the spots you're going to push out. Get my little pumpkins out of the way. Do you love Halloween? I love Halloween. I love this time of year. All right. You see how lovely this dough is? Look at that. Start out with an oval. And then from an oval, you will start rounding it. And if it doesn't come out perfectly round, who cares? It's still going to taste delicious. And that was said by the woman who really can't roll anything round. I do the best I can. But when you're a grandma that cooks and you're not a professional, a lot should be forgiven. Do you see how lovely this dough is? How easy it is to work with? I always get in there and feel for the high spots, especially on the edges. How do I know my pan is ready? If it pops back up and just does that and evaporates immediately, it's ready. All right, now lay your tortilla in there ever so nicely. I forgot to show you when I flipped it, but just when it gets about like this, it's only in there about 20 seconds. Flip it over, do the same on the other side, and your beautiful tortilla is done and you're ready for your next one. Well, we have finished our tortillas. And I just kind of keep them warm in a cloth like this. But even as they have cooled down, look at how pliable they are. So pliable. So I think we deserve a taste of a beautiful, no lard, homemade tortilla. Super good. Super, super, super good. I think you'll enjoy them. Also, if you like them thinner, roll them out more. I like them a little bit thicker, so I don't roll them out quite as large. I have never had anyone say, I'm not going to eat that tortilla because it's not round. I don't care if it's not round. You shouldn't care either. What we care about is that it's excellent flavor and super easy to make. So thank you for joining me today. Come back, subscribe, ingredients below, hit the bell, and thank you so much. See you on the next video. Bye.